Yeah, sorry about that, chat. I'm experiencing some difficulties with Steam. It's very weird. They want me to submit my game, and in order to do that, I need to click a button. But when I click the button, I get an error. So I write to them, and it's like, look, I can't submit the game because when I click the button, I get an error. So their help desk responds very helpfully. It's like, you need to click the button. And I tell them, again, it's like, yes, I understand. I'm clicking the button, but I'm getting an error. So the help desk responds, you know what you need to do, V? You need to click the button. And I'm stuck in this interesting feedback loop with Steam, and it's causing me to sweat bullets because I'm like, okay, how do I proceed? Like, what do I do next? I mean, this is a little bit problematic. Like help me, help you, type of situation. So yeah, hopefully we're going to get through this because it is something weird. I've never heard anyone else experience it before. I guess like if worst comes to worst, I will just delist the game, maybe change the game name or something, and then submit it again, and hopefully then the button will work. It's very upsetting. I'll put it like that because I invested a lot in the game, so I want it to work. I don't enjoy the fact that the game isn't working. Okay, we're going to be talking about inheritance. This is something which came up on Reddit, got a lot of people very opinionated. I had a couple of subscribers asking me, it's like, hey, what do you think about this? And I had the wrong opinions. You're not supposed to have the wrong opinions or shit on internet. You're supposed to have the good opinions. So basically, I'll tell you what happened. This is on Reddit. Am I the asshole? Right, so there's like this this subreddit where people who do not know whether or not they have done something right, they will write to the internet and ask the internet. I don't know like what they're asking for. Confirmation bias, I guess. It's like, did I do right? So there's this family, right? And this family apparently had a grandfather which passed away, and the grandfather had 3 daughters, and one of the daughters had a son, the other 2 daughters had 2 daughters, right? So the grandfather leaves the car to the daughter with the son, right? He leaves the car to that, and apparently it's like an old car, and it's worth a lot. Now I looked it up, and I saw that it's worth $175,000. Other people say it's 70. Whatever. It's like almost the price of a house. Like you take this money, you go to Eastern Europe, you get a house. I think even in the United States, with like $17,000, you can get like a one-room apartment in some states. You can get like a place in a small town, right? It's a lot of money, right? Anyway, here's the interesting part. This causes discord in the family. Could you believe it? Right? So like if you have 3 kids and you live, regardless if it's a family heirloom or not, if you live $70,000 after you die to one of them, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to realize that this is going to cause a little bit of discord. It doesn't take Einstein to figure out that the family members are going to spurg out over this. Okay? The price of the car entirely matters. It's the only thing that matters here. It's like the price of the car. I'm Eastern European. You're asking an Eastern European to judge. Everything has a price. Alright? Like I have the Shinigami eyes, but instead of seeing how many years you have left, I see money everywhere. Like to me, everything is cash. There is no such thing as sentimentality. But no sentimentality. No. Cash, everything. Money on everything, right? I look at the car, I see $170,000. That's what I see. That's what I googled. That's what I found. All right. So anyway, he lives the car. If you want to live sentimentality, you live a shoe, you live a book, you live I don't know, a sock, a brush. What is it called? A brush, right? That's sentimentality, right? A trinket. That is sentimentality. When you leave the house, when you leave land, when you leave a car, that is cash. That is called hard cash. And I guarantee to you, oh, apparently it's speculated at 250. No, I think it's 170. But here's the thing, right? When you leave money behind, right? Rating terror, $5. Wait a minute, V. The son got the car, everyone else got 4,000 each. Well, yeah, but like when you get the car for 170,000 and the other people get 4,000, it doesn't think like I think everyone will agree with me that in any family, like in the average family, this will cause a scandal, right? Like you're throwing the apple of discord, and you're going to get people pissed off. Like there is no other way around it. Like there is no way that the grandfather didn't know that this is going to happen. I refuse to believe that he thought, oh well, it's kind of like if you have 3 kids and you only give one child an Xbox and the other kids you give nothing, or you give them candy, okay? You didn't give them nothing. You gave them 4,000, right? So you give one kid an Xbox and the other 2 kids you give candy. Or you give one kid a car and the other 2 kids you give a bicycle, right? Like you're going to piss them off. Can we agree with that? Like, am I correct? Are you not going to cause turmoil in the family relationships? Are you telling me that people aren't going to get upset? Right? Wouldn't you be mad if your brother got a car from daddy and you got a candy? I think you would be upset, right? You'd be upset at daddy. So the kid is justified in using any means necessary to keep the car. We're going to talk about that, right? Here's my take on it. My take is that if you got a $170,000 car, at that point you can tell your mom to fuck off. Like that is the reality. Korewa Genjutsu, you have $170,000. Okay? You sell it. You can buy your own house. You can start a business. You can start your lemonade stand. You don't need mommy anymore. But the problem is that out there in the world, there are greedy people, chat. There are greedy people like aristocratic utensil, right? And he looks at the mother with coveting eyes. He looks at the mother thinking that he deserves. He wants more from the mother. He demands that the mother also gives more cash so that he can go to gender study university, right? Like he is entitled. It's his birthright. It's his birthright to get the car, and it's his birthright to go to gender study to become a lesbian dancing master professor. God damn it, you will go to Berkeley, and that mother is going to pay for it. And there is jack shit that the mother can do. The mother has been locked up in this transaction. Like the mother is choiceless, right? Like she toiled, she slaved, and now the money belongs to the child. It belongs to him. And he gets the grandfather car, and he gets her money, and he gets her love and respect and admiration, because he is the son. He is the one with the big cock spinning it around. You know, he goes around the house and he deserves, right? Fuck his cousins, fuck his aunts, fuck her. He is the son. He is the child. Goddamn, he is the child. I'm not going to take the L. Like, this is no. Like, the mother has absolute. The kid, right? First of all, he's not a child. He's 18. Like, let's count that shit. He is not a child. He's a grown ass adult. He can keep the car. It's his car. It's his mature decision. He gets to keep the car. He can move out of the house. He can sell the car. The mother has no duty to give him cash. The mother has her money. It is not his college fund. It is her money. All right? Like, she got the money, and she can do whatever she wants with the money. She can piss on the money if she wants. It's her fucking money. He is not entitled to the mother's cash. Now, the mother can say, well, yeah, but like, I was holding it for his college fund. Yes, you are holding it for his college fund when you didn't know that he has $170,000 in his name. Now, he is fucking rich. He's got his own money. What is the argument? He doesn't want to sell the car. Don't sell the car. That's your business. The mother got him through high school, got him to the age of 18. C'est la vie, right? I mean, here's the thing. There are 2 ways of thinking this. You can think this like an Asian, or you can think this like an American. If you're thinking it like an Asian, like a Japanese person or a Chinese or a South Korean, it's all about the family for them, right? Like, so in their culture, la familia è toto. So like everything is in the family. Well, if everything is in the family, then yes, the mother is going to have to put you through college, but you, when you get the inheritance, you also have to share it around, right? Because you're like, la familia è toto. La familia. Okay. If you're an American, then you're independent. You're 18, you got through high school, you can fuck off now. Simple. And the mother, with her money, can now get her 2 sisters to shut the fuck up. And she's like, all right, well, the kid got the car. Here you go. Shut the fuck up. Here's some money. And that is it. That is Spanish. It is Spanish. Let me read the super chats really quick so I can disagree with people. Artemis found the other children did not put anywhere near the effort and time into the relationship with his grandfather as he did. I don't care if they are mad at the value. They did not deserve it in his opinion. That is true. But like, again, the question is about the mother's money, right? Like her cash. Emphasis on her. It is her money. She worked for it. If she wants to give the money to the son, she can. If she doesn't want to, she doesn't give it to him. Like I hear this thing about extortion. What extortion? It's not his money. It's not his college fund. It's her money. It's her choosing whether or not he goes and studies gender. Is that his choice to make? Right? The son does not decide what the parents do with the cash. So he has a deal. It's like a contract. Do you want me to pay for your university? Yes, then sell the fucking car. Oh, you don't want me to pay for your university? Fine. Get out of my house. Go live with grandfather. I'm not going to change my mind on this. I'm sorry. It is what it is. Like you guys will be parents, and you will know how it is. Like there is a level of entitlement that can also happen. Turns out that the story has ended. That the grandmother, yeah, there is a grandmother in the story, is going to disinherit the son, and she is going to give more to the other 2 kids. Which, again, could have been avoided. Like it's not nice for what's happening to the family, but in my opinion, the grandfather was the asshole. Like he threw the apple of discord into the family. Nothing breaks a family apart more than inheritance. And I'm telling you this as a person who studied law. Like when it comes to inheritance, I don't know what it is, but you're going to see brother against brother, sister against sister, mother against son. So you have to choose. Like, do you want family or do you want sentimentality? Sentimentality, yes, okay. From what I've heard in the post, the mom is mad at the grandpa and is trying to screw the son over to get back at him. The fact that she sees only money and the sentimentality value is troubling. No, I didn't get that from the post. What I got from the post is that when the family realized how expensive the car is, they felt disinherited. Right? So the mother is trying to fix the family. I don't think like she... Because the grandfather is dead, right? Like, you can't get back to a person that's no longer there. So basically, the mother is trying to patch her relationships with her sisters. Like, she doesn't want the fact that her sisters will no longer talk to her because of what the grandfather did. So she is basically saying that if you're not going to sell the car, I'm going to take the money that I have gathered, right? And I have been saving money all my life so you can go through university. But if that's the case, I mean, you already seem to have cash yourself, right? So you can do whatever you want, but I will use this money in order to patch things up with my sister. Because it's my fucking money. You know, you want to go to university, go work at a Starbucks, make a loan like normal people, and then go study gender studies. The point is that the kid doesn't sell it. If he does want to sell it for money, at that point, they can split the cash. They will not fucking split the cash, Lexion. There is no fucking way. If that car is his, he will never split a single cent out of it. Like, that would be his money entirely. So, no, like I do not believe for a second, and I even asked Spoon about this. It's like, if the kid sells the car 2 years from now, should he share the money? And Spoon's like, no, he needs to covet the wealth. He needs to take the money from the car. He needs to take the money from the mother. He needs to be a kid that takes and takes and takes and always takes. Never gives anything back. Never, because the world is cruel, life is unfair, you just take everything. And it's like, okay, well, take everything, but fuck off from the mother's house. You're not entitled to your mom's money, you know? Like if you're not going to care about the La Familia, well, La Familia is not total. And by the way, I agree with that. If I was a kid, that's what I would do. I would tell the mom, I appreciate that you raised me up until the age of 18. Now I'm fucking off from the house, and I'm selling the car, and I'm going to buy my own house, and I'm going to put myself through university, and I'm going to study gender studies, and then I'll tell you about the patriarchy. But that's what I would do, right? But like, at least I would understand that I have to choose between the family and between myself. V, hope you are well again. You are living on the fact that the woman had no idea how much the car was until she investigated and got the car appraised. No, like from what I gathered, it was her sisters that were upset. Like her sisters went and saw how much the car is, and it's like, holy shit, we're getting this inherited here. The mom is in the wrong. The mom was going to pay for the college anyway, but it doesn't matter. It's your money, right? Like if I want to buy an Xbox and then I change my mind before I enter the store, it's still my money. And let me put it this way. If I want to pay for college for my kid, right? So like I gather money for my kid. Let's say I gather like 100,000 or how much is in the United States to go through college, right? Like it's difficult, right? You gather like $100,000 for your kid. And then your kid wins the lottery. I can choose not to give him the money because like the reason you're giving him the money is because you think like there's no way for him to gather 100,000, right? So you're trying to help him out. But if he's 18, like he's an adult, and he manages to make $100,000, there is no reason for you to give him your cash. Because you're like, okay, well, you manage, you know, I can use this cash in order to improve the roof of my house, or in order to, right? Does that not make sense? Is that evil? Like, let me put myself in the position of the kid. Let's say that I managed to win a ticket of $1 million, right? Why would I get money from my parents? Like, I would be the one that would tell my parents, look, I appreciate what you're doing, but I haven't. I mean, this is what I did when I started making cash. Like, my parents wanted to help me out, and I was like, no, I got it, thank you. I don't need any more help. Like, it's fine. Right? Like, this, in my opinion, is the normal way of handling things, but let's not act like moms don't make boys split everything with sisters. But you're actually supposed to split stuff up with your siblings. Like, it doesn't matter if it's sisters or other boys. Like, the sisters have to split with the boys too, right? I mean, that's normal parenting. I mean, I don't know American culture. Like, maybe things are different in the United States. But I genuinely think that this is the normal way. Like if you have 3 kids, you're supposed to teach them about sharing and then making sure that you don't buy like one kid an Xbox and the other 2 you just buy a piece of candy, right? Like, at least that's how I imagine parenting is done in the United States. Now, if I'm wrong, let me know. I may change my mind. We are going to violate the last wishes of the grandfather. Okay, so like the solution is if the mother is going to pass away, then she can leave in her will. It's like the money that I have left for my son, I want it to be spread with the other 2 survivors. These are my last wishes. Bleh. And then it's fine, right? Like this is the only way that the mother can get access to her funding. Right? So like the only way that her mother can get access to her own cash is if she is about to die, you know? So she takes the Pfizer communion or something, and on her last will, you know, like on her deathbed, she's like, I want you to leave the money that I have gathered. It was for my son, but now I want to patch up the family discord. I want my money to be shared with my 2 sisters and their children. Right? And then you have to do it because it's like, no, seriously, like when it comes to this type of thing, I think if the person that passes away is unreasonable, then they're already dead, right? The person could have taken the car to the grave with them if they liked it so much. But you do not leave $170,000 worth of goods to only one person of the family and not expect that there will be discord. Now, granted, like maybe the guy was Scrooge McDuck. Who the fuck knows? Like maybe the guy literally hated the living shit out of the two other family members. But if that's the case, then you as a father, right? Like you can't expect that the kids will hate themselves as well. So in this case, it seems that he had three sisters, he had three daughters, and one of the daughter didn't hate the other two as much as he did. He should disown the entire family now. Had he disowned the entire family, that would have been a different conversation, and I would agree with him. Like if you know, right? So if you dislike your kids, right, and you're like, I don't want to leave them anything. They're ungrateful. I did so much for them, and they didn't do anything for me. They abandoned me in my old age. That's fine. Sell the car, buy hookers, do whatever you want. That's a different story. The thing that's not a different story is when you decide to leave everything to one kid, because you're going to get the entire family pissed off at that kid. You're throwing the apple of discord into the hands of the kid that you like, right? Even if you give it to the grandson or whatever, it doesn't really matter. The rest of the family won't see it that way. Like you're turning the family against that one person. That's what you're doing. Again, I'm not saying that you shouldn't. I mean, it's his money, it's his car, of course. But at the end of the day, it's the mother's money as well. And if the mother doesn't want, like if the mother chooses the harmony with her sisters, and she's like, okay, well, if grandfather did this, then I have to take the money that I've been saving and give it to my sisters to patch things up, I think she's in the full right to do so. I don't see the problem, because it's her cash, she worked for it. And if she can do whatever she wants until she actually hands it into the hands of her son, it's her money. And the son is not a child. She did her parental obligations. Like the kid is 18 now. He's an adult. He got through high school. There is nowhere that says that he has to go and go through gender studies or whatever university degree he wants to get, right? Political science, I don't fucking know what. But there is absolutely like no moral or logical thing that says that he is entitled to his mom's cash. And she's not extorting him either, right? She's not forcing, she's not extorting, because like extortion would mean that it was his cash. Like if the mother was the guardian and she was holding on to his like fortune or inheritance, and she was like, I'm not going to give you your money, well then that's different. But when she says his money, it's a figure of speech. Legally speaking, it's her cash. Gets put on here? No. Romanians don't have expensive heirlooms, clearly. Yes, we don't. And I guarantee to you, a judge will not see $170,000 heirloom as anything else besides a stack of cash. If you want to live a heirloom, again, you live a trinket, you live a brush, you live a sock, a nice book, a Bible, right? Like that. There are many heirlooms that you can leave behind. A portrait. Not a $170,000 car. Jesus fucking Christ. The materialism of American women. For example, before my dad died, he owned a 93.3 DeVal, which was the first and only brand of the lot. No, I get it. It's, I don't think that it's just like women. Like, I have seen in court brothers over the same shit. Like, usually the father dies and he lives a lot of earth, right? Like land, sorry, not earth. It is land in the countryside. He lives like 20 acres of land. And he lives like 15 acres of land to one kid and doesn't leave anything to the other two. The other two brothers, they freak out. I think it's human greed. I don't think it's necessarily that like women are more greedy. No, like people are greedy. It sounds like the family didn't know the worth and probably passed on the car until after it was read. I mean, it is possible that the grandfather genuinely didn't know how much the car is worth, but like, let's be honest, most car collectors do know. If your sisters decide they deserve more of your inheritance than you would give it to them to keep the peace, right? So I will tell you a story from my life. Okay, now this is just me, and you guys can see the morality that I have. when my aunt passed away, she left a one-room apartment, and I was the sole inheritor of it. Like, she named me as the inheritor. I sold that, and I spread the money with my cousin, right? Because my grandmother had 3 daughters, and one of them didn't have kids. So when she passed away, she left to me and didn't leave anything to the other daughter. I sold it, and I shared it without her even asking. Now the thing is, like, if I ever need help, if I'm ever going to be in a situation where I need help, I can guarantee that my cousin is going to at least do her best in order to help me out. I don't expect this from other people. I don't expect other people to do this, right? Like, I'm not thinking that anyone should be like me. However, I do think that this is the correct way to do. And in this situation, I do think the son is entitled to keep the car, and the mother is entitled to keep the money. I do not see why both of these are mutually exclusive. Why should the son covet the mother's wealth, and why should the mother covet the son's car? Like both people are mature adults, and they can make their own decisions. This is the materialism. Okay, I read this one. Stop being a dev. Don't read my super chats in a broken manner. This isn't how I typed it. Oh my fucking god, I'll read it again. V, boys have to split, but girls don't have to. Okay, that's bad parenting then. You are misrepresenting the whole argument by default. Why do you even use the 175 instead of the post 70? Because I googled the model. And I found the 170, but like, it's fine. It doesn't change the story. Whether it's 175 or 70,000 is still a huge chunk of money, which is comparable to the college tuition fund. So fine, 70,000. Okay, the car was worth 70. That doesn't change the story any way, shape, or form. You don't just stay honest to the posted argument and just assume shit repeatedly. Okay, well, I will agree with your sum. Like, if you think it's 70, I found 170, but if you think it's 70, that's fine. The kid doesn't have that money because he isn't stealing the car. The car is not cash. He most likely plans to use the car to drive to honor grandpa. Okay, but like, again, if he sells it, I asked Spoon. Like, hypothetically, if he sells it, should he share the money? And Spoon went no. And it's like, well, there you go. And you know what, chat? You know what? I bet that even now, I will tell you this. I will tell you. Kubusk is like, it's a car. Kubusk, I'm telling you the reality, alright? Are you ready to listen to it? Are you ready? He is on eBay right fucking now, Kubusk. He is on eBay right fucking now. He's looking at other models. He is seeing the same 170,000 like I saw. He is already considering it, Kubusk. He is already considering it. It is his property, yes, absolutely. Just like the mother's cash is her property as well. But I'm telling you this, completely different. Like, we're not talking about the situation anymore. I'm just telling you what website he is browsing right now. Right now, Kubusk. I'm not assuming I know this. I know this deep inside. If you stop typing caps, if you take your hand off the shift key, and you're looking, and you're closing your eyes, and you're thinking of it, you will know that he is on eBay right now. Right this moment, he is looking for buyers. He is already talking to a mechanic to come over and inspect the condition of the car. Yes, this is projecting in the same way that I'm thinking like you are breathing right now. Like right now, right on this moment, you're inhaling and exhaling. The same way that I'm projecting that is that I'm projecting this guy is on the internet and he is selling his car. He's looking for it. He hasn't sold it yet, but he's got it to. He's going to. He's already looking at various prices. I would prefer if we didn't skip over my supers. I will read them in a bit. The mother money is hers to give to who she pleases, but she's a fool because her sister will never be grateful. That's a different conversation. That is a different conversation, and I agree. I also think that her sisters will never be grateful. Let me find let me find Artemis's foul super chat. We are going to be the violators of the grandfather, yes. To be spiteful towards the person he cared about the most. He should disown the entire family now, evil people. I did read this. V, this isn't how Americans think. Oh, maybe this is the one that I missed. So this is how Americans think. Is the whole reason she has to ask if she is the asshole. She intends to fund his college. It was his college funds. You are mistaking your gypsy instinct to American values. I'm not denying that she intended to fund his college. Like, I'm 100% sure that, like, she gathered money in order to fund his college, right? But when she got in trouble with her sisters, and it was ruining the family relationships, she was thinking, well, I care about my family, so I am funding his college. Why doesn't he care about my family as well? Why isn't it a two-way street? Why does he only care about family when he is taking cash, but he doesn't care about family when it's about giving cash? Right? Like, now, you may make the argument and say, well, hold on a little bit, it's his car, he can do. Yes, and it's her money, she can do whatever. I'm not saying that she didn't intend to fund his college, but, like, again, he's got a $70,000 car. It's not it is. You can sell it. But the grandfather, I don't care. He's an adult. Can make his own decisions. Grandpa gave him a big responsibility. He was a big man. Well, now he needs to take care of the car. Now he needs to pay for the pieces. Who's going to pay for that? Is mommy going to pay for that? Should mommy pay also when the car gets broken down? If he's got a car crash, who's going to pay for it? Should mommy pay for it? Of course mommy pays for it, right? Because that's the mentality of spoons. Mommy provides. Mommy provides. Kid does whatever. Kid just takes. Kid takes the college fund. Kid takes the car. When the car breaks down, kid, he takes money for that. Mommy should provide with the mechanic. Mommy should buy the parts. I'm pretty sure mommy should pay gasoline. Shouldn't she, Spoons? Shouldn't mommy pay for gasoline? I'm pretty sure she should, shouldn't she? Oh, it's a family heirloom, right? So I'm pretty sure that if it ends up in a garage, never to be driven again, it's like a museum piece because no one can afford to pay gasoline and parts for it. Is that fine? What if the grandson helped to fix up the car, V, and was something that, oh yeah, okay, so if the grandson actually fixed the car, was something the grandpa and the grandson did together, then after selling the car, he can get a little bit extra for the time invested in fixing the car. Looking from purely material point of view, I would agree, but if the boy built the car with his grandfather, like, again, we don't know this, but if he did build it with his grandfather, then he should get more. Like, he could have made the argument. It's like, look, I built the car, I'll sell it, but, like, I want a bigger chunk because I actually built it with the grandfather. Sentimental value. Yeah, okay, if it's sentimental value, then surely you can sell all the pieces from it, right? And just keep, like, the exterior of the car as a museum piece. And then there's your sentimentality. I do agree with the mother can use her money her way. Then we do not disagree with anything. He's not an adult. Isn't he 18? It's why she's trying to force him to sell it. No, if he's not an adult, she can sell it. I'm pretty sure he's an adult. I need to look it up. Fuck. I'm pretty sure he was 18. Like, he's not 5, is he? It gets worse. My oldest sister was given his house and the 5 acres of land. Did he get the mule? On that is on, she did the same thing. The US women are materialistic. Again, I generally do not take gender into account in this. I consider it the same way that I would consider a situation of law in my country, right? And my point is, it is the kid's car. He can do whatever he wants, but the mother doesn't have to give him a cent. And I've yet to be shown why the mother is supposed to give him a single dollar. And again, if the car needs gas or parts or anything like that, should the mother also pay? The mother money has to is hers to give to who she pleases. Oh, I read this one. All right, I think I read all the super chats. If I missed one, please let me know. Why shouldn't she keep the peace, help the family? Where did that go? I find it like very bizarre because like there's some individuals in the chat that I know are collectivist in nature, and they're not left wing. My God, I'm dying. God is punishing me. I'm fine now. Okay, so there are some individuals that I know in the chat right now, which are collectivist in nature, and they're like, well, family, community, yeah, until there's a car. When there's a car, individualism, cutthroat, and all sentimental value and all that. Sure. Family not worth keeping if they're grabbing at your pocket. Yeah, but like, again, the mother was going to give him college funds. That's like what, 100,000, 200,000? How much is a college in America? Like at this point, he would probably get more money than the car itself. The question was, if it was a dick move. The answer is resounding. I do think that the grandfather was a huge dick. Yes, I do think you don't do this with your kids, right? Like if you have 3 daughters and you have a $70,000 car, you do not give it to like one person, or at least, okay. Let me put it this way. He could have talked to them when they were alive. Like when they were alive, he could have had this conversation and be like, "Look, I really like this fucking car, and I want my grandson to have it. I want my grandson to have the car." It's because like it's a car. And then like the others would be like, well, yeah, but like it's a very expensive car. Are you going to disinherit us? Like, do you hate us that much? Father, why have you forsaken us? Why are you hated? Why are you hated, Dad? Like, right? Like this conversation could be had when they were alive, but he was a coward. No, I don't think he did. I genuinely don't think he did, because like in the post, it is said that she found out after he died the value of the car. So I don't think he did. Now, if you're going to start assuming, then we're not talking on the text that we're reading, right? Like I'm analyzing the text as was written. I do not know whether or not like they had different conversations. I do not know whether or not she was a drunk. I do not know if she was the one that did La Cocaína in the White House. I do not know if she built the Baphomet statue. Like these are things that I do not know. I can speculate on them, but I do not know. So we're going with what was written. If by what you said was true, I was stolen from. I took care of family and never got a dime, even when I took care of them more than their own kids. It is true, Glow in the Dark. Like, as someone pointed out, I think you did, right? In a different super chat. Like, she is going to take care of her sisters. But when time comes around, the sisters are going to take care of her. It is absolutely true. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. It's sad. But what can you do? You know, like, I do my due diligence. Like I did with my cousin, right? So, like, when my aunt passed away and she left the one-room apartment, and I sold it and I shared it with my cousin, there is a possibility that in the future I will need help and my cousin will not be there. Absolutely true. 100% correct. But what can you do? And by the way, my Eastern European family was arguing with me. It's like, hey, why don't you keep it? Why don't you covet it? It is yours. It belongs to you. Why you? It's like, well, because it is what it is. She literally admits of withholding the college fund. Yeah, but it's her money. It's her money. It's not his college fund. I mean, it's a figure of speech. But it is her money. It is her cash. She can withhold it if she wants to. Like last time I checked, until the money exchanges hands, it is your money. Like, no, seriously, think about it this way. If I give my kid a PlayStation, is it my kid's PlayStation? No, it's still mine. Like, at any point, I can send my kid to his room and not allow him to touch the PlayStation. So, the money becomes his the moment it goes into his bank account. Or it goes into the university's bank account. Until that point, it is her money. Now, yeah, she wanted to give it to him, but like she can change her mind. You are allowed. Like if I want to go to the store and buy an Xbox, and literally while I am at the cashier and I talk to the cashier, I go, nope. And I turn around, the cashier can go, it's like, well, but it's my money. No, it's not. It's not yours. It's mine. I didn't give it to you yet. You're assuming the poster isn't omitting info. Yeah, but like we're going with the poster, right? Like it's hypothetical. I mean, everything could be made up. Like this could also be fake. I don't know. I'm talking hypothetically. And I'm thinking that what if everything that's said there was true? There's nothing else? There's no additional context. So again, my take on this is that the grandfather is the asshole. The son can keep the car. Like it's his car. He can keep it if he wants. And the mother can keep her cash. I will even say something extra. The mother can also kick him out of the house. If he is 18, the mother can actually open the door and tell him to fuck off. Like, again, he's an adult. He's not a child. I know that people in America like to consider people under the age of 35 to be kids. But no, he is not. Now, if you want, it's literally, I know that most of you will probably hate what I will say, and it's going to give you PTSD. A lot of you are going to feel like you're in Nam right now. But as long as you live under her house, it's her rules. So as long as you need your mother, you do what she says. Okay, he's 17. Well, next year he's going to be 18. There you fucking go. 17, you can still sign contracts. Motherfucker, like, it's considered adult. 17, you can start a business at 17, can't you? You can sell a car, can't you? You can buy a house, can you not? Yeah, it's not a child. It's in Romania we call it jumătate de consimțământ. So like he's got half consent, basically. I can tell you from experience, women in America won't care about something till they hear the value. Oh, he is getting grandpa's car, $100K. Yeah, it is like literally what happened. Yeah, like she actually admits that she didn't care about the thing until, like, if this was a Trabant, that costed $1,000, no one would care. Yeah, true, correct. We finally has a take worse than death. Well, maybe. I don't know. If again, my take is that the mother can do whatever she wants with the cash. How is this a take worse than death, though? Like basically you're saying that the moment I have a kid, then my money is not my money. And my kid can do literally everything. No. As long as it's under my house, all he gets from me is a high school education, 18 years old, and then we renegotiate. Then it's open to renegotiations. I would make a great US family court judge? Probably. Aristocratic utensil, I would disinherit you, motherfucker. I would take everything away from you. The moment you hit 18, you would be on the streets. You would fucking be on the street. Because you are the type of child that covets. You would want the car. You would want my wealth. You would want gas money. When you go out with your women of low moral fiber, you would expect me to pay for your bitches? You are the type of child that is ungrateful. You would not like any of my other family. You would argue with my other siblings and their children, and all you would care about the family is to take. That's it. To take. You're the most individualist motherfucker that I have ever seen. Even now you're thinking on how you can take. You're looking at an angle. I'm thinking about it. Sentimental value my fucking ass. Nothing that is worth more than 50,000 is sentimental. It is financial. No. All right, let me put it this way, right? Let's say Bill Gates, fucking Bill Gates, right? He goes under. And he's like, I'm going to leave the entire Microsoft company to one of my kids. Don't you fucking dare touch it because it's sentimental. It's Microsoft. I built it. I slept there. I slept there when I was a teenager. I slept there at the office and I slaved hard in order to make Windows. And don't you fucking dare tell me that it's worth billions. I don't care. It goes to that one kid. Just one kid. Like, he is the one that gets everything. And none of you guys get shit. And if you sell it, it's sentimental. Fuck. They would say that the government should decide how to corrupt and would know the best way to distribute it. So V is still better than them. We're all judging you, Spoon. I'm judging Spoon as well. He's the taker. When I look at Spoon, do you know what I see? I see two hands, chat. Two greedy hands. Like, it's kind of like the person that takes the chips from the table, right? Like, he doesn't just, like, extend the hands normally. No, like, he makes a wide arc. A wide arc to clear the entire table and pull everything to him. That's his idea of family. Spoon, you're greedy. You only care about yourself. What if he got the car after the mother had sent him to college? Well, I guess then the mother wouldn't be able to say anything. I guess the only thing that the mother could say, if you do not give something to your sisters, I'm never talking to you again. I guess, like, that's the only card that she could play. She would have, like, one last joker in her deck. But other than that, yeah. If the mother would actually have finished paying for his college and then he gets the car, then yeah, the mother can't do anything. Show me where the kid did anything wrong. For receiving the love of his grandfather he built a strong bond with. We see the mom is in the wrong because she wants to take away the money set for her child for her own selfishness. But that's the thing, like, she doesn't, okay? Like, if the mother would have wanted the cash for herself, like, if we were talking about the fact that the mother was upset that her father gave everything to her son. And the mother is like, no, this is unacceptable. I want the cash. Me. You, son, you give me the car, right? Then you would have had the argument saying that it's selfish. But the mother is saying, my sisters were treated unfairly, right? Like, we grew up together, we played in the household. My sisters have children as well. So it's not fair that our father decided to throw the apple of discord into our family. So I'm going to patch the relationships with our family and give our sisters who have kids as well a third of the inheritance. And if I can't do that, then I will take the money that I have been saving all this time and I will spread that money with my sisters. I don't think she's selfish. I don't see this as selfish. I see this as a family-oriented person who doesn't care about cash. She cares about harmony in the family. She doesn't want her sisters to hold a grievance on her because her father was the asshole. That's how I'm viewing things. Just admit you're being jealous, spiteful, bad word. Not different than your D&D behavior. This is leftist thing. Leftists don't care about family. The only thing that leftists care is institutions. Right-wingers care about family. This is not even like left-wing versus right-wing thing. This is more like a collectivism versus individualist mindset. Like, this is probably the mentality of La Familia e Toto versus the mentality of, like, oh, the American, oh, I got the family heirloom. It's 170,000, but, like, sure, I'm never going to sell it. Wink, wink. The mom's selfishness is that she wants to be liked by her sisters and will sacrifice her son's happiness for her own gain when he did nothing wrong. But is she sacrificing the happiness though? Like he's still getting money for college. Like he has to make a choice. It's like, do you want to go to gender studies or do you want to keep the car? Like the mother cannot physically force the kid to sell the car because otherwise we wouldn't even have this conversation. If the mother could have, like, sold the car herself, this wouldn't even be in the conversation. So she's basically saying, look, you either sell the car and make peace with the family, or you don't go to college. The kid can keep the car, but he doesn't get to keep her cash. It's literally family-oriented socialism. She's redistributing the wealth when the son is the true heir. No, I get it, but like, dude, if you have like 2 kids, right? If you have, no, well, actually, you have 3 kids. Do you buy one of them an Xbox and the other 2 you buy candy? Do you buy like one kid a car and the other 2 a bicycle? Would you not say at some point that, hey, this is not okay, like this is... Right? Like, do you not think you're causing a little bit of grievance in the family if you keep behaving like that? It's not communism, right? Like, communism is with strangers. Now you can't say that. Well, V, like, you shouldn't talk about family and equality. Jesus fucking Christ. I mean, fine, you know, like, if you want to be the individualist mindset, that's okay. I'm just not there yet, I guess. Because the thing that I don't get is, like, the kid, you know, like he wants the family when it's about Gibbs, right? So, oh, my grandfather car, that's great. Oh, my mom's tuition fund, that's great. Oh, I need to give something back to the... No. Let me put it this way. What does the kid do for the family then? Like what should the kid do for the family? So like, he should get a university loan, right? You should get like the college fund. Should get the car. I'm assuming that if the car breaks down, he should get money for repairs. I'm assuming that he should get money for the gas, right? I'm assuming that the parents should allow him to live in the house and keep paying rent and all that. And of course, I'm assuming that the garage that his parents have should also be his, right? So what does he give in return? What is his duty to the family? Apparently nothing, huh? The answer is yes, V. She is sacrificing her son's happiness. She is coercing her son to sell a car that you have no clue if he wants to sell. Yeah, but like, again, if I were to have a car that's worth 70 grand, there is no coercing me. Like, you can't. At that point, you can't. So the question is, like, do you live under her house and her rules or not? And if he doesn't want to sell the car, like, I'm sorry, that's his decision. Sleep in the fucking car then. Go to the graveyard where grandpa is resting and sleep in the car next to him. Because you care about the grandpa more than you care about mommy. It's like, well, fine. Fine, no, like, it's your... The right answer is to spy the dead. No, you know what the right answer is? I will tell you. I already said this. The mother should take the Pfizer communion. And then, when she is old and about to pass away, she should live on her testament. It's like, I have gathered money to pay for my son's tuition fee. However, I have reconsidered since. I want the money to go to my sisters because there has been long turmoil in my family because of my fucking father and that guy that didn't think that he's going to cause discord, and I want to patch it up. And before I die, my last will is so that the money that I have spent through hardship my entire life, back-breaking labor, I want it to go to my sister. Right? Like that is, all of a sudden, it's perfect. All of a sudden, now it's fine, because it's on her deathbed, right? Like, we only care about people on their deathbed. Like, that is like the thing that you cannot go against. My mother's sister sounds like Kane, who said that Havel's son got the blessings of God. The difference seems to be who is at fault. You see the boy at fault. The chat probably sees the jealous relatives at fault. I see the grandfather at fault. I don't know how many times I should say this. I will keep saying it. It's fine. It's like the grandfather is at fault. If you have 3 daughters, it is a dick move to give the inheritance to one of them. You will cause family strife. You will cause your family to tear each other apart. Alright? It will happen. I don't care how you justify it and how you reason. It will happen. Oh, but it's a... No. If you have 3 daughters and you leave the inheritance, you leave like 70 grand to one, you are going to tear the family apart. You are the asshole. The only way out of this is like, okay, you really care about that particular car. Right? Like, that car was so important to you that you want to take it in your grave. Okay, I understand. Then you need to talk with the other people when they're alive. Like while they're alive, you have the conversation with them, and that's different. That is different. You don't surprise them when you're dead and you're like, oh, well, I'm going to leave 70 grand to one of them and fuck the other two, because then you're going to have your family tearing themselves apart. Like, this is stuff that will get them to never speak with each other. Your kids will stop talking with each other. Your kids will hate each other. What parent does that? And you can like bring all sort of morality and logic, and it's like, well, yeah, but it's not fair, and life isn't fair. Okay, they're human beings, dogs. Dogs behave the same way. If you have two dogs and you teach them a trick, you teach them how to shake, and every time one dog shakes, you give him a treat, and you don't give the other one, the other dog is going to start resenting you. And you're going to notice that the dogs also hate each other. Like, you as a father have a responsibility. I'm sorry. It is what it is. If you have 3 kids, you have a responsibility towards all 3. You have zero understanding what is happening. You are siding with a spiteful person who is taking their frustration on an innocent person. Yeah, but you're viewing it that she is taking the frustration on an innocent person. She just wants to patch things up with her sisters. She wants to keep talking with her sisters. And it's not like her son doesn't benefit from her sisters either. I don't know the relationship in their family, but like, I benefited from my aunts when I needed to. Like, keeping the family together is more important than it's like, oh, well, my Scrooge McDuck grandfather decided to only care about one child and fuck the other 2. It's like, okay, I mean, sure, that if the kid wants to be independent, he can be independent. He got a $70,000 car. He doesn't want to sell it. Well, then he's a moron. I'm sorry. It is what it is. I've seen this behavior when both my grandparents died. The mother's actions are the kind of thing that tear family apart. She is in the wrong. I'm telling you this from experience. I think if she doesn't do anything, the family will be torn apart. I think the other 2 will stop talking to her if she doesn't do anything. What a childish, immature family. See, I would agree with you, but as a person who has been in a courtroom and has seen many such cases, and a lot of people here in the chat say it's American women, which I don't doubt, but I'm telling you, it's Romanian men as well. So I have seen men and women over the same thing. I have seen sisters calling each other whores over the fact that some of her family members died and left them like a small plot of land as inheritance to one of them. It's like, oh, this whore, she never came and she never took care of daddy. And it's like, and I did that, like they always liked each other. They always were friends with each other. But there is something about inheritance. There is like that one thing when a person gets inheritance that it completely changes them. I would assume it's the same for winning the lottery. I would assume it's the same. Men as well. Men are even worse. There was a case when a guy got an axe, and with the axe he jumped his 2 brothers over inheritance. And he ended up spending the rest of his life in prison. I mean, it's not like a woman thing. I have seen it with men, and it's usually worse. And men usually have these arguments when they're drinking. It would be at the village pub. So they would go at the village pub, they would start talking about, okay, so dad died, like, what do we do now? And then they would find out that one of them is going to take more than the other 2, and they start beating each other up. And sometimes they end up in prison. And I like, there is something about inheritance that breaks families apart. And you can say it's an L thing, but I will tell you this, if you guys end up being wealthy and you have like many kids, make sure that your testament is done accurately. Right? If you want to disinherit one child, that's one thing. But if you're going to disinherit 90% of your followers in exchange for one, at least expect that one guy is going to have a really nasty family life. Like that one guy that you choose over all the others is not going to be talking with his family anymore. Unless it's like a very rare outlier. Unless it's like one of these rare families that are so mature that they're like, you know what? Yeah, Dad was an asshole. He liked you more than I. The thing is, right? a lot of people in the chat, they're saying it's not about the money. I want you to understand the message that is being given, the message that is being received here is that grandfather only loved one of the girls. That is the message that you're telling them. It's like he only cared about that one daughter. Fuck the other two. And that's what's ruining the family apart. If you want to go through the sentimentality route. And the daughter that is like, okay, well, grandpa loved me the most. She's like, you know what? I can't change that. But what I can do is like I can sell the fucking car, which is the apple of discord, and we share it among other three, and we're fine. We're still a family, right? That's how I view it. Now, I understand if other people view it differently, right? Now, the way the mother does it is like, well, my money that I had for my son to go to college, if he doesn't want to sell the car, that's fine. I will take that money and I will spread it with you two. I will give you the money so that we can patch the family and still be together. I don't see selfishness in this. Like, if you guys see selfishness in this, that's fine. You know, that's okay. But what I do see is that you break a family apart when you decide that you have 3 kids and you disinherit 2 of them and you only give like the stuff to one. You're basically saying the other 2 kids that you don't love them and you only love that one. Which, again, completely understandable. Like, maybe that's the case. But that one kid that you said you love, he is never going to be talking with the other people again. Like he is now ostracized from the family. It's human nature. You can't change it. It's normal. Like, I have seen it happen time and time again at the courthouse. She has to choose between her sister or her son. She will not get to keep both. But why though? You know, like why would the son ignore the fact that this is the woman that gave him a house until he was 18, that paid for him until he went to high school, that did all of these things? I mean, you know, if he's going to be like that, he's going to be like that. It is what it is. Keeping the family together is more important. Sides with a person who's trying to rip her family apart and the relationship with the son. No, like, the thing is, I seen these cases, is like the other 2 sisters would stop talking with her. That's why she's doing this, right? It's not like one day she woke up and she's like, you know what, I should... No, like, the other 2 sisters would refuse talking and engaging with her. So she's trying to do this in order to show, yeah, like, Dad loved me more than you two, but there's nothing I can do about it, so at least we can share the money. You have zero understanding on what's happening. You are siding with a spiteful person who is taking their frustration out of an innocent. There was no indicator that he liked any of his daughters more. That is the financial indicator. Like, if you have a $70,000 object, it doesn't matter if it's a heirloom or not, and you leave it to one of the 3 people that are your inheritors, you are basically saying that you love them more. But not only that, if you have like your treasured possession, like let's say you have like I don't know, a Bible that has been in the family for centuries and it's your prized possession, and you give it to only one kid without talking with them before, without like negotiating or anything, it's going to be viewed like you love that kid more than the other. Now, it's normal for parents to love one kid more than the others, like it always happens. But you need to make sure that you don't show it. You shouldn't like try to show to that person, hey, I like you more than the other. Because like you're causing discord. You're causing things that shouldn't happen. He obviously liked his grandson more than anyone else. My great-grandfather the same way. I'll take. Don't assume your values map on America. I mean, you know, like maybe you guys have a different culture there, but like again, I think that if you have more than one kid, you should not show to the other kids that you care about them more than and you do show it. Like when you sell an object that's so valuable, you only give it to one. No, Democrat, the son was the only one who got disinherited. Well, no, because like I think after selling the car, the son would get a third, and he would also get the college money. So he may actually end up with more inheritance. V, you leave your hentai to chat? We will share? No. He didn't leave the car to the daughter. He left it to his grandson. Yeah, but like in a family, it is viewed like I don't know if you have like a big family, but at least here the way it's viewed is that if the father passes away and leaves something to the grandson, it's kind of like living to the daughter as well, right? So like for instance, if I were to have a kid and my father-in-law lives something to my kid, the sister of my wife would view it that the father left it to her sister. So it's kind of like when you're a family, it's kind of like a tree, and if you leave it one branch, it's like an extension of that tree. So it doesn't really matter what happened; it's viewed like that. Do you not understand the difference or the implication? No, I understand it, but like you do not understand the mentality, and I'm willing to bet this is happening in a small town. Like I may be wrong. Okay, I would be Pikachu face if it turns out that I'm wrong. I'm willing to bet this is happening in a small town, and this is a very wealthy family. I have this feeling that the car isn't the only wealth. Um, the will doesn't say what it is. It actually says something else, does it? We will be a cuckold? What does this have to do with sex, man? If I was the son, I would sell the car and I would move out. I'm not getting cuckolded. And then I would stop talking with my mom until she apologizes. But I would not covet my mom's wealth. No, seriously, if I was in that situation, if I get like a $70,000 car, the first thing that I'm doing is I'm selling the car. The second thing that I'm doing is I'm getting a rent. Like I'm not going to buy my own house. I'm going to buy something with rent. And I'm going to use that extra money to support myself until I find a job and I'm able to pay for my rent. And that's it. Like that's what I'm doing. But I can understand the mother. Like now, if I was the mother, if I was in the mother's shoes, then she has all the right to do what she wants with the money. This isn't how it's viewed in the United States. They don't view branches like that here. That is your Romanian mentality. This is possible. Yeah, like in Romania, we do view like family trees as branches and stuff. But take into account, Romania has only 20% divorce rate. So I don't know if you guys view it correctly or not, but divorce rates in Romania are the lowest in Europe. La familia e toto, motherfucker. We don't have like the US family code. We don't got any of that shit here. But this is how you solve the problem, so you don't get divorces and stuff. That's terrible financial advice. Why? You got a $70,000 car when you're 18. Do you have money to repair it? Do you have money to buy parts for it if you go into a car crash? Do you have it? No, you don't. So shut the fuck up. Sell it. And use the cash in order to start your new life. And that is what grandfather gave you. Gave you a new start. This idea, it's like, oh my god, you got this family heirloom that's like a gazillion dollars. Can you maintain it? Can you pay taxes for it? When Biden goes like, oh, we're going to fuck with people that have a gas vehicle, are you going to be able to withstand that? No? Fucking sell it then. I agree with thee. Something family is worth sacrifices like this. But on the other hand, it is very much depends on the trust and relationship that already exists in the family. Some deserve sharing, some don't. Yeah, that's true. I mean, again, like I assume this is like an average family. I don't assume that it's any of the outlier. Like I'm not going to assume that it's like the benevolent family or the malevolent one. May I recommend trying to look at it from an American perspective when you say, if I was the son doesn't have your values. Well, if I was in America, then I would be dumb and stupid, right? Because like you got a car that you can't afford, you can't pay for it, you can't buy parts for it. If you're crashing it, you're not going to be able to repair it, and it's going to lose all its value. But you have the car. I mean, I guess you can hold it in a garage somewhere and never drive it ever, right? I mean, I guess, yeah, fine. And then you're also arguing with your mom. But the car is in the garage and it's going to be there, and yeah, I mean, it's a collectible, sure. Sorry, I can't get behind the mindset. I'm trying to think like an American now, but I can't. You can be a collector when you're wealthy. like if you have a lot of money, right? You got like millions of dollars, then you're a collector. Yeah, sure. And then you put it in the garage and you leave it there. Fine. Yeah. But then you also have money for your own house, and you don't give a fuck what your mom thinks, and you don't wait for her to give you money to go to college. Yeah. But as long as you're like, mommy, give me money for college. Mommy, I need cash. Then shut the fuck up. You're not going to be a collector until you have cash for yourself. A crisis doesn't change people. It shows who they are. Oh, I can guarantee to you, like, old people are greedy. That's you don't need a crisis for that. We like to think blood is thicker than water. It's not. If flesh is rotten, cut it out. Well, it kind of depends, right? When it's a family business like an inheritance, then yeah, blood isn't thicker than water. Because it's blood against blood, right? Like it's a civil thing. But when it's outside the family, like if it's people from outside the family and your family, then yeah, blood is thicker than water. Obvious answer, yeah. Here I thought I was different. V is different than Dev. Listen, Reggie. Listen. Reggie, are you listening to me, right? Why can't the kid tell the mother, I have my own means, fuck off, mom, I don't need you? Would Dev say that? Huh? Can the kid tell the mother, I have my own means, leave me alone, mom, I'm independent, I do what I want? Can the kid do that? If he can do that, why isn't he? Where's the problem? Now, if he can't do that, then he should shut the fuck up. It's simple. It's not complex. It's not complicated. Can you, right? Like, are you a man? Are you a man? If you're a man, you can take care of yourself. If you can take care of yourself, you don't care what mommy has to say. You don't care what auntie has to say. No, it's not blackmail. Blackmail means when it's something that belongs to you. It's his mom's cash. Like, technically speaking, we can say it's your college fund in you know, the colloquial sense. But legally speaking, it's her cash. Like, she worked for that, not him. It's kind of like, what is his name? Shaquille O'Neal. Shaquille O'Neal said something very intelligent. I think like it's more intelligent than any American has ever said. He said, I'm rich, not you. We're not rich, I'm rich. It's the same with the mother. It's not your college fund, it's my money. Whether I pay for college or not, it's up to me. We can make a deal. Oh, you want to make a deal? Patch shit up with my family. With our family. You patch shit up with our family, and I'll give you college money. You don't want family? You don't care about family? Then why do you care about my money? Simple. It's not complex. There's no other valuables here, you know. He isn't selling the car. Okay, well, keep the car. And don't go to college. Take the car next to grandfather, wherever he is. And sleep in the car if you like it so much. Make love to the car. Worship the car. But do not come for me for money. Because the money that you want me to give, I have to give to my sisters. Because I like my sisters. I like you, but I like my sisters. I want my sisters to keep talking to me, right? So I'm going to have to pay them so that they keep talking to me because grandfather fucked it up. Simple. I don't understand where the problem is. It is a good deal, isn't it? Yeah, grandpa done fucked it up. Grandpa is an asshole, and now I have to patch things over with your aunt. So I'm going to have to give her the money that I saved so that she shuts the fuck up and you get to keep the car. How is this unreasonable? How is this? Huh? You stop talking to mom. That is fine. That is perfectly acceptable. How am I straw matting? There's no straw mat here. The mother has her money that she saved, right? And she's basically saying you can keep the car, but the money that I was going to give you, I'm now going to give to my sisters. Where's the straw mat? This is literally what is in the post. This is literally what she's doing. There's no straw mat there. Why would your sister not speak to you? Because they're jealous. Because grandfather threw the apple of discord. If you have to give family money to talk to them, you are not family. No, it's more about like the fact that grandfather is basically saying that he's loving you more than the other two. To be honest, like let me show you something, right? One second. Where the fuck is it? Ah. So it says, my husband thinks we should leave everything as is, but maybe speak to my mother about leaving more to the girls than to him when she passes. This is where most of the money is, since she has my dad's estate. There are some things passed down after he died, like the car, some money that my sister and I plus the grandkids. I think it's a good way to go about it. So basically, like, the grandma is now going to leave the other two kids more. Is that okay? Like, is everything fine now? So the kid gets the car, and the other girls get more when the grandma passes away. Is that acceptable, chat? V. A parent's duty is to the happiness of their children and their immediate family. Yeah, which is why I'm saying that the grandfather was an asshole. Not the family of their sisters. Your standards is actually moral leftovers from an era of extreme poverty. Yeah, but dude, I'm from Eastern Europe. Like, you can't ask an Eastern European to stop thinking Eastern European the same way that I can't ask a Canadian to stop speaking Canadian. I don't understand this American mentality. No, seriously. Like, usually I agree with everything that the Americans do. I like the First Amendment. I like the Second Amendment. I like a lot of shit that America. But this concept, it's like you have $170,000 car. Or, my bad, $70,000. Okay, so you have like a $70,000 car, and you just keep it. Like a fucking museum piece. Why? Why? And then after you die, your son keeps it. Why? I actually have some furniture that is from my grandparents. It's kind of expensive. I mean, it's wooden furniture. It's classic. It's hundreds of years old. But due to the nature of the internet, I don't think that furniture is worth more than $6,000, right? It's still a lot. I mean, it's basically a table, some chairs. It looks kind of nice. I mean, it's not like wow, but it's an antique, and it's been in my family since like my grandparents. And I told my dad, fucking sell it. I don't want the money. Sell it and keep the money. I don't want it. Why would I want it? What do I do with it? I can't put it in my house. It looks like shit. Sell it. And my dad is like, yeah, no, I don't want to sell it. I went, no, sell it. Enjoy the money while you're alive. You don't take it with you in the coffin. Enjoy it while you're alive. But again, I get it. Not everyone has my mentality. I don't know. If you want to leave me something, right? Like there is this icon of Jesus. It's very beautiful. It's very beautiful. It's a Orthodox painting of Jesus, and I think it's like 300 years old. You can leave me that. That's fine. It's a small thing that I can cherish. I can put it in my house. It's like, okay, that's the family heirloom. Okay, my mother's jewelry. My wife got it. That's fine. It's jewelry. It's small. But a fucking table that's massive? No. No, sell it. A car? No. Too big. Too fucking big. Yeah, that's okay, fine. That is not a problem with the grandma adjusting her will to compensate for the son getting his grandfather's car. Well, I'm glad at least we came to an agreement. No, I actually said that I don't want to sell Jesus, okay? I don't want my 50 pieces of silver. No. Jesus doesn't get sold. Cars have sentimental value. Maybe they shouldn't, okay? Well, what if it's like a monster truck? Does that have a sentimental value? God. Is it like the Impala from Supernatural? It's like the Winchesters, they get out of the car. I remember like I made the succubus. I make a lot of succubuses, but like this one was from character AI. And I made the succubus and she was evil and shit. And I started role playing with my succubus, and I was like, there's a 1984 Impala. And the doors open and the Winchesters get out. And the succubus is like, she looks out the window, she heard that the Winchesters are pretty powerful, so she teleports away. And I'm like, wow. You know, that bitch. that bitch knew the plot armor that she was going to deal with, so no. Yeah, I do not agree with the respect the inheritance thing, either. I'm sorry. Like, if the person, first of all, like, I'm not a religious person. If you pass away, you pass away. When I pass away, I pass away. As long as like the inheritance is reasonable, that's fine. But if you're going to like throw the discord into the family, no, sorry, no. Again, like my aunt actually did leave me her apartment, and I sold it and I spread it with my cousin half. Even though, like, oh well, the will of the no. Yeah. Like what? If I want something done, do I have to do it on my deathbed? No. Not to mention, I am willing to bet that he is selling the car right fucking now. And I know that Spoon and Artemis Fowl are in denial, and they're like, no, V, that's not, he is selling it. He's on eBay right now, chat. Right now, he's on eBay. He's looking at similar models. I'm willing to bet like he's finding the same model that I did for 175, and he's going to put his for 170. Just so that it's first on the website. And then you know what he's going to do, chat? Do you know what he's going to do? He's going to save somebody so that he pays. So that he pays to get like premium on that website. So like his car is literally the first. It's literally the first. I'm willing to bet, you know, like if you know the model of the car, I forgot what model it was. But if you know the model of the car, chat, what you need to do is to look at websites like eBay right now and see if that model doesn't pop up. I guarantee to you that model is going to pop up, chat. It's going to fucking pop up. The 50 pieces of silver, you're going to see it. He literally can't. It doesn't allow it. Okay, well, if it doesn't allow it in the will, then that's different. There is a deep and visceral connection between adolescent American males and their cars. Okay, you know, I give up. Like that is something that I didn't get. I didn't know about that. No, unironically, like if this is like a cultural thing, if this is like, you know, how the Japanese don't walk into their houses with shoes because like they bring disrespect. This is like how Muslims don't eat pork. And like Americans, they have this deep connection between like themselves and their cars. Oh, that now I'm starting to understand. All right, that now it's starting to make sense. Like it's not about the money, okay? No, I'm getting it. Hold on. I'm getting it, chat. It's not about the money. It's about the cultural tradition. Oh, fuck me. Okay. Well, can you guys not find some more cheap cultural tradition? Do your cultural tradition have to be 70 grand? Does it have to be like that fucking much? Yeah, I guess in that situation, a woman or an Eastern European would not fucking get it. I don't get it, chat. I don't get it. I'm sorry. I don't. What is the practicality? Why do you have something which is 70 grand and it just fucking sits there? Why? Like does it do anything? No, it's there. But what? It's a collection. Why? I'm willing to bet you people, hashtag you people, you are the ones that brought Steam achievements into the world. You're the ones that brought all of these fucking achievements. You know, that like when video games started cutting content and instead like got like collect 100 feathers achievement. And people were like, oh, I'm pretty fine, you know, like if the game has like 4 less hours of gameplay, but I get to run around and collect achievements and shit, that's perfect. No, that's fine. V is incapable of understanding the concept of American view of their family and receiving an object that embodies your grandfather's legacy. Why can't that legacy be something else, though? Why? Again, I'm imagining, like, let's take it to the extreme, right? Like, let's dial it to 11. When Bill Gates dies or when Jeff Bezos dies, can he say, oh, Amazon, the company, goes to only one of you? And that is my legacy. And it is, right? Like, it literally is. Like, Amazon as the company is built by Bezos, right? Microsoft is built by Bill Gates. So, theoretically, he can say, yes, like, everything that I have, all my inheritance goes to this kid. Like, wouldn't that cause a little bit of friction in the family? Wouldn't that, I guess I'm in denial, V, to V. Take the L, my dude. Oh, God. I'm taking the L. I mean, no, like, if it's a cultural difference, sure. But, like, I guarantee to you, like, no one in Eastern Europe is going to understand this. No, they can't because they don't own the whole... Stop ruining my hypothetical. Yes, he can do that. Bezos is allowed to do that. No, I'm not saying he isn't allowed. But what I am saying is, like, don't you think that the kid that inherits is going to be despised and hated by all his other family? Like, no, seriously, like, think about it. If you want, like, if you're a father and you have, like, 4 children, it doesn't matter whether they're sons or daughters. If you leave everything to one kid, don't you think the other 3 will hate him? Now, if you leave it to 2 kids, that's different. If you leave it to 3, that's different. Preferably, you either leave it to all 4 or to neither. But if you leave it to 1, you gotta understand, and you should talk with that one kid. It's like, hey, I want to leave you my thing, but, like, you know the others will hate you, right? Are you fine with that? Are you okay with that? You are taking the positions because you can't drive legally in Romania. Shut up! Owning a car is just a large paperweight. It is. I hate cars. I can't stand cars. I don't like cars, chat. I genuinely do not like cars. No. I'm happy with you guys having cars. But if I were to have a car, you know what I would do with it? I would sell it, chat. I would fucking sell it. I hope one of you donates a car to me so I can sell it. I will sell it. If you guys donate to me the supernatural car, the 1980-70 Chef Impala, I would sell it, chat. It would sell so fast, you've no idea. How can we allow, sis? Yeah, but it's usually like when I say, how can we allow, I'm talking about strangers, not family. You hate cars because you can't pass the exam. Shut up! Communists had cars. We had cars under communism. Shut up. They're just being mean now. I don't like driving. Like, that's the thing. I don't. To me, a car is a bag of money. You get the car, you sell the car. Is what you do with the car. It's the purpose of the car. Enjoy my public transportation? No. No. You have Uber. I mean, it is public transport, but you have a chauffeur. When I go into Uber, I talk to my chauffeur. Do you sit in the front seat or the back seat when your wife drives around? My wife doesn't drive either. And I sit in the front seat if it's a taxi, and in the back seat if it's a Uber, who is my chauffeur. Uber is just asking someone else to drive their private car for you. Yes. I feel like a fucking king. I feel like a king. Like, was the king the one driving the horse? No. He didn't hold the reins, right? Like, the king didn't hold the reins. He would sit in the back with the queen. And some other idiot was driving him. V, did you admit that the purple woman is better than you? Who's the purple woman? Bias comes out, he hates cars. Makes sense. Romanians only steal cars, not drive them. I wish that was the case, but unfortunately there are so many fucking cars now in Romania that they're literally parking them on the road. And they're parking them on the sidewalk, so you have to go and walk on the street because there's so many fucking cars. Typical Romanian pastime. Ugh. I don't understand how people from fucking the United States, where you have Scat Francisco, where you gotta leave the car open, like you leave the car door open so that someone doesn't break into it. You're coming from Scat Francisco, where the armed robbers had their getaway car stolen, and you're saying, oh, but Romania, shut the fuck up, you don't know what you're talking about. Oh, but the United States, you should say. Oh, but Scat Francisco. Don't give me this shit. It's like, oh, Romania, that. No, I saw the United States, okay? Like, let me put it this way. There are Americans that if they would come to Romania, they would be begging to stay here. Like, there are places in the US that are worse, far worse than Eastern Europe. With the whole Ukraine situation. No, but like, if you want, we can play it like this. You show me a place that's horrible from Romania, right? Like a place that you think would show how bad Romania is. And then I show you a place from Scat Francisco. I'm not even going to cherry pick it. I'll just Google it. Google like ghetto Scat Francisco. The first picture that comes up, I will show it to you. I guarantee to you, it's probably worse than whatever you find in Romania. And then we can keep playing and see who runs out of pictures. There's no fucking way that I would run out of pictures. There's always more Scat Francisco. Each more visage, more horrible and grotesque than the last. So don't give me the shit that's like, oh, Romania is this, Romania is that. And I haven't even started with Portland. Oh, Dios mío. If I start with Portland, that wouldn't be fair. Like, I would win from the first pitch. Don't you have packs of wild dogs that attack people at night? Artemis, don't you have packs of wild... See, I almost said something that would have gotten my entire channel banned. But let me put it this way, Artemis. Let me put it this way. I'm pretty sure you can fill the dots. I don't think I need to say what I wanted to say for you to fill the dots. And I will take my packs of wild dogs any day. Zenith, why are we going there? Wild something, yes. Wild something, let's put it like that. Wild something, yeah. Bad place in America, Frisco. Bad place in Europe, Bakhmut. Can't argue with that, but like that's a war zone. I mean, yeah, if you want to say, like if Americans are proud enough to announce, hey, you know what, V? What American? At least Cat Francisco isn't a war zone. I would be like, okay, well, I mean, sure, no, like, yeah, no. It's true, yeah. It's not a war zone, nah. I mean, if you're happy with that level, you know, if you're happy with that comparison, like you raise the bar a little bit, then okay, fine, I mean. No, it's like fill the dots, because there's no connection. I said in America, you don't have wild dogs, you have wild... And then you need to like complete, you know, like you have ... and you need to fill the dotted line. You need to write what you think that The best parts of America are sea road tripping. I see. To be fair, you know, it's not as bad as London. Like, London also has a problem, so... Yeah, but glow in the dark, in order to tease your foreign friends, you need to say something that is actually teasing You know, you can't call the person that just left the gulag fat. It has no effect on them, right? You gotta come with something that actually hits. No, I do admit I took the L. Yeah, I lost the argument. I didn't understand that a car for Americans is like a cultural thing. It's like, a tradition in Japan where you can't walk with shoes in the house because you're disrespecting the place. Yeah. Are you sure south side of Chicago? I'm going to use that Chicago. Oh my god, that is so good. Chicago. Oh, I love it. Chicago, Scat Francisco. I need to find like for New York. I know that Portland, I would usually say Portland, but I need to find. Chicago. Snorkeland? Nah. I mean, maybe Snorkeland actually works. Like Snorkeland. I mean, they do drugs there. It's like the White House, isn't it? New Food Desert City. New Food Desert City. Yeah, it doesn't really like go that well though. Portland. And the thing with Portland is like that now they manage like in the United States, like they have drugs that are so hardcore. I mean, when you start hearing about them doing la cocaína in the White House, talking about pot is like, I mean, I guess it's not as impressive. It's like they're talking about stabbings 24/7, and then you hear like a guy getting slapped, and you're like, I mean, it's not good, but it's New York. Nah, Scat Francisco. Like you can't take Scat Francisco. Portland. Portland. Yeah, but if you say Portland, people don't know what you're talking about, right? So like Scat Francisco, when I say that, boom, everyone knows. When you say San Francisco, that doesn't sound good. Chicago is also like it rolls off the tongue really great, like Chicago. Anyway, sewer York. Unironically, they have good sewage. Yeah, Londonistan is kind of good, but it's getting old. Like too. It was in use for too long. Apparently, New York actually has good water. Anyway, right. I'll end it here. Yeah, I took the L. I'll concede. Thank you for watching, though. I appreciate the super chats, and I'll see you in the comment section. Take care.